Welcome! My name is Kaylin, and today we are stepping back in time to explore Eleusis, one of the most sacred and secretive sites of the ancient world. For nearly 2,000 years, people journeyed here to participate in the Eleusinian mysteries, rites so fiercely guarded that revealing them was punishable by death. Today we're going to trace the exact path the ancient initiates took. So, we're starting at the Greater Propylaea, modeled closely based on the Propylaea on the Athenian Acropolis. This version, however, was built much later under Emperor Antoninus Pius. Up top, there was once an inscription dedicating this gate to the gods and to the emperor, raised by the Panhellenes, which is the Greek federation of cities Emperor Hadrian founded. What stands out to me about this entrance is that Hadrian himself was initiated into these mysteries. The Roman emperor didn't just tolerate this Greek ritual, but he took part in it personally and then funded the rebuilding of the sanctuary. By this point, Eleusis had become something that pulled people together across the entire empire in a way that blurred the usual lines between Greek and Roman. From here, we move to the lesser Propylaeas. Two carved women, Caryatids, once supported the roof here, except instead of ordinary capitals, they carried the sacred cista, Demeter's holy chest, on their heads. The next stop is easy to walk right past. It's only just a couple of shallow caves in the hillside, but in ancient Eleusis, this was believed to be a genuine doorway to the underworld. In front of the larger cave is the foundation of a small 4th century BCE temple dedicated to Pluto, and votive reliefs found here tied the site directly to Pluto and Persephone. It's hard to imagine how real this must have felt. This wasn't just a symbol to the ancient Eleusinians. This opening in the rock was believed to be where Persephone returned each year from the underworld. It's also worth noting that the ancient Greeks had a relationship with altered states as a path toward the divine. We can't say for certain what happened at this cave, but it fits a larger religious pattern of feeling rather than strictly believing. Now, we reach the Telesterion, the Hall of Mysteries, in the center of the Eleusinian mysteries. Architects like Iktinos, who also designed the Parthenon, worked on this building, including multiple rebuildings. Thousands of initiates gathered here after fasting, walking 19 miles from Athens, and finally drinking the kykeon, a potion made of barley, mint, and water. This is where the mystery really starts to get interesting. Pausanias describes almost everything he encounters until he gets here. He tells us that the goddess forbade him in a dream from describing what stood within the sanctuary. A writer known for his detailed historical accounts of Greece refused to record this mystery. His silence says a lot about how seriously people held the idea that some experiences weren't meant to be explained or recorded, only lived through. Ancient sources described what happened inside in 3 parts: things enacted, things shown, and things explained. This is most likely some kind of reenactment of Demeter's grief in Persephone's return. The people who experienced it wrote about it with real conviction. Sophocles said initiates faced death without fear. Cicero, a Roman, claimed Athens had given the world nothing more divine than these rites. What moves me most is who was actually let in. Men, women, and enslaved people all stood on these same steps, in a world where religious and civic life usually depended on citizenship and status. That's incredible. The only people excluded from those were those with blood guilt or who couldn't speak Greek. For a few days each autumn, the usual hierarchies just didn't apply here. Everyone shared the same potion and the same chance at whatever this experience offered. And we'll end here at the Archaeological Museum where you can see it for yourself. This plaque, the Ninian plaque, shows initiate women carrying the kurnus. It is a many-cupped vessel worn on their heads, filled with grain, poppy, beans, honey, wine, and wool, being presented to Demeter and Persephone. The vessel feels like an appropriate way to close. Ordinary things like grain, honey, and wool shared equally among everyone who made this journey, no matter where they came from or what they were back home. Eleusis offered something deeply personal that changed a person's relationship with death itself. This also happened to dissolve the division society usually insisted on. This combination is probably why people kept making this walk for almost 2,000 years.